Okay, this lecture on electric energy, it says it takes as much energy to wish as it does to plan by Eleanor Roosevelt. The power company that you think of when you think of the electricity company, Direct Energy, TXU, all those, people refer to them as the power company, but what they're really selling you is energy, not power. Now, by the end of this unit, hopefully you understand the relationship between power and energy, and that you understand the law of conservation of energy, and how you can reduce your utility bill based on just a couple of factors. So, electrical energy. Electrical energy is the amount of energy that an appliance or your house uses is just a multiple of the power that it consumes times the time. So E, energy, equals power times time. In addition to that, the cost, or the money that it costs you, is equal to the total energy times the rate. Now, it's actually very, very important that you start to look at these sorts of things because you will be paying your own electricity bill eventually. So generally, energy is measured in joules, but a joule is a very, very, very small value. So we tend to see things in kilojoules, megajoules, gigajoules, terajoules, but really most of the time you tend to see them in kilowatt hours. So when we talk about it in terms of kilowatt hours, you can actually take a look at an electricity bill. It'll actually tell you how much you are being charged per kilowatt hour. So if you look, it says 7.9 cents per kilowatt hour. What that would be the rate. Now, the number of kilowatt hours that you actually use, right here. Okay, so you see your electricity bill right here, and it actually tells you the total amount that you're actually consuming. That is your E, your energy rate, anything that's measured in kilowatt hours. So when you take these two and you multiply these two together, you actually get your delivery charge, or how much it actually costs. So really what you're trying to do is you can do a couple of things. In Texas, you have the ability to shop around in terms of electricity companies. You can actually find the cheapest rate by shopping around and seeing which one does. There are actually companies who offer more green alternatives. If you're willing to pay a little bit more because you want to be environmentally friendly, you can do that. Or you can find the cheapest one that's available, which is also your choice. So now, whenever you take a look at this, the rate is one thing that determines your cost, the other is the energy. So if you can reduce the power, or excuse me, the energy that's consumed, you can actually reduce your bill as well. Now, the number one draw that it is in your house tends to be heating and cooling. So if you can reduce the amount of time that your heater is on, or your air conditioning is on, that's the biggest way for you to be able to save money. There's a couple of ways that you can do that. You can actually set the thermostat so that it actually goes off when you're not there, turns on when you come back. You can actually put insulation in the walls, like we talked about when we talked about heat transfer, and you can actually put a radiant barrier, and there's lots of things that you can do to reduce the power that's consumed or to reduce the amount of time that that device is on. Now, I know that was a very short unit, but once again, the vast majority of this unit is in the examples. So I hope you pay particular close attention to the examples that you see as you go through the module. Understand the relationship between power and energy, E equals P times T. You should also be able to calculate the cost given the rate. You should understand the law of conservation of energy. Energy is always conserved. It's got to go somewhere. So if you use electrical energy, it's going to do two things. It's going to make something move, and it's going to generate heat. And then number three, you should be able to determine the factors that can reduce your utility bill given a situation.